An important step in getting a Chancenkarte or opportunity card is making sure your application form is filled out properly. But let's be honest, a lot of people are still confused about how to do this the right way. And now with the new system, things have changed a bit, and it's easy to feel lost. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the full process step by step, and I'll show you exactly where to click, which documents to upload, and how to fill in each part of the form. So make sure you watch this video carefully, pause wherever necessary, and avoid making any mistakes. So let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Srijit, and I've been working in Germany for over 12 years and also run my own business. And on this channel, I want to provide you with all the information you need to start your career in Germany. The very first thing you need to do is to go to the official website. You can find the link in the video description below. From the homepage, go to the visa section. Here you can find different visa options like opportunity card, blue card, and others. Select opportunity card. Now feel free to read through the overview if you like, but if you scroll down, you will find the door to the online application. And to enter, you need to answer a simple question: which country you are residing in currently? I will select India as an example. Now you will see a list of German missions in your country, and you have to select the right one for you based on your place of residence. So for this example, let's go with Bangalore and click on apply online now. You have to give your consent for processing your personal data and then click confirm. Now you will arrive at the registration page. Before you can start with the application, you need to create an account. So enter your email address, create a login password, and then click register. You will receive a confirmation email, verify it, and log in using the same email ID and password. Once you are logged in, you will be asked to set up two-factor authentication. This means adding a second email ID where they can send a verification code. Once you receive that code, enter it and click continue. You can skip the tour if it appears. Now you will land on the main dashboard of the application. This is where you will be filling out your opportunity card visa application. There are three key sections you will see right away. Score counter. This is where you check if you are eligible for the opportunity card. Application. This is the actual visa application form which you will be filling out. And finally, documents, where you will be uploading all the required supporting documents. So let's go through them one by one. Once you are on the score counter section, the first question you will need to answer is about the proof of your professional qualifications. If you have a university degree such as bachelor's or master's, then you should select that option. If you have completed a vocational training program, then you can select that instead. And if you don't have any professional qualifications at all, then you will need to select that third option. But in this case, you will not be eligible for an opportunity card. Also, keep in mind that the follow-up questions may change based on your selection. The next question is about the recognition status of your professional qualification in Germany. You can check the official ANABIN database to see whether your university and your degree is recognized in Germany. Again, I've done a detailed video on this, which you can find on my channel. If both your university and your course are recognized, then you should select my qualification is recognized in Germany. The third question is about how you plan to support yourself financially during your stay in Germany. And here you have two options. Either you open a blocked account or get a declaration of commitment from someone in Germany on your behalf. There is also a possible third option, showing financial capacity through documents like bank statements or investment. But this is country specific. So do check the website of your German mission to find out which other proof of financial means is possible for you. Now answer yes to the question, can you earn a living in Germany, and move to the next section. If you're applying with a partner or spouse, then you can indicate that accordingly. Once all those selections are made, the portal will confirm your eligibility by displaying a message that says qualification as a skilled worker. At this point, make sure to click save and then return to the main dashboard by clicking on back to overview. And now let's move on to the next step. This is the official national visa form required by the German embassy. The form has 6 sections, and let's go through each of them in detail. So we begin with personal information. This part is very basic, but it's important to make sure everything matches exactly with what's there in your passport. Don't guess or shorten names. Just copy exactly as it is. Family name is your last name or surname. First name is your given name. So for example, if your name is Srijit Karyatil, you will write Karyatil in the family name field and Srijit in the first name field. If you have a middle name or your father's name is included in your passport, then make sure to include it exactly the same way. Once that's done, fill in your date of birth. The format is day, month and year. So for example, if your birthday is 1st January 1990, you will write it as 01/01/1990. Next is the place of birth. This is the name of the city where you were born. And then comes the country of birth. Then select your gender and marital status. If you select anything other than single, like married, divorced or widowed, a new field will appear asking you for the date since you have held that status. Also, there will be a new section below where you will need to enter similar details for your spouse. Again, make sure all details match your spouse's passport. After that, you will fill in your current nationality. If you have held any previous nationalities, you can mention that in the next field. If not, just leave it blank. Now, if you have children, then you can answer yes to the next question and the form will open more fields where you can add details of each child, like their name, date of birth, nationality, and current place of residence. You can add multiple entries if you have more than one child. If you don't have any children, then just leave it unchecked. Now, we move to the next section of the form, your parents' information. This part is pretty straightforward, but just like the personal details section, make sure everything matches the official documents. First, you will enter your father's family name, followed by his first name. And after that, select his nationality, then enter his date of birth using the format day, month, and year. Next, fill in your father's place of birth and then his current place of residence, meaning the city or town where he lives now. Once you are done with your father's information, you will do the same for your mother. If either of your parents is no longer alive, it's perfectly fine to enter deceased in the place of residence field. The next part of the form is your occupation, and this section is very important. When you click on the occupation learned field, a drop-down list of various job roles will appear. What you need to do here is select the profession you studied or trained for. And don't worry if you can't find an exact match. It's absolutely fine to choose the closest one. In case your job isn't listed or doesn't quite fit any of the available options, then scroll down and select other professions and then manually enter your specific profession in the further information field. You will also notice there is a field asking about your current occupation. This is mainly for people whose current job is different from what they studied, which, let's be honest, happens quite a lot. Let's say you studied software engineering, but you are currently working as a sales manager. Then you can write that here. It's optional, but including this kind of detail adds more context. Now let's go to the next section, contact data. This is where you can enter your current address and contact details. It's very important that the information here is accurate and up to date because the visa officers may call or email you in case they need clarification. So start by entering the address where you're living right now and where the embassy can reach you if needed. Enter your street name, your house number, followed by a postal code, town or city, and then finally country. Now input your phone number. This is how the embassy might reach out. So make sure this is a number that is currently active and personally used by you. And the same applies to your email address. If you are living in a country which is different from your nationality, for example, if you are an Indian citizen living in the UAE, then you must select yes to the next question. This will open additional fields where you need to enter your visa details, such as the visa type, the visa number, and the validity period. If you are not living outside your country of nationality, then simply leave it and move on to the next section. Identification papers. This is basically your passport information. So first, under type of travel document, select ordinary passport, which is a standard passport most people have. Then enter your passport number exactly as it appears on your passport. And do double check this. No extra spaces, no typos. Next, you will fill in the date of issue. This is the date when your passport was issued. You can find this on the main ID page in your passport. Make sure you enter the date in the correct format, day, month, and then year. After that, you will see issuing state. This means the country that issued your passport. And then comes valid until. This is the expiry date of your passport. Again, enter this exactly as shown in your passport. There are also two optional fields where you can enter some information. Issued by, like the passport office or Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and issued in, which is the place where your passport was issued. Once everything is filled in, double check that all the details match your actual passport. This is super important because even a small mistake can delay or mess up your visa process. Now let's talk about the next section, travel data. First, for the purpose of stay, you won't find opportunity card listed directly. So the best option is to select employment. After that, you will need to enter your intended travel start date. You will be asked whether you intend to stay no longer than 12 months in Germany. You must select yes, since the opportunity card is valid for 1 year. Next, enter your intended travel end date, which should be exactly 1 year later. For example, if your planned travel date is 1st of May 2025, then enter here 1st of May 2026. Once this is done, let's move to the reference section. A lot of applicants get confused here, especially if you don't have any friends or family in Germany. If you are traveling alone and don't know anyone in Germany, then the simplest option is to select educational establishment, company or organization and just enter the details of the hotel or temporary accommodation where you plan to stay. You can use the information from your booking confirmation such as the name of the hotel, the street name, the house number, the postal code and city. And for the contact person, if you don't have a specific name, then it's perfectly fine to write something in general like friend desk or hotel manager. In the country field, simply select Germany. Now, if you do know someone in Germany, like a friend, sibling, cousin or any other contact, then you can instead choose the person option. Enter the full name, phone number and city and clearly mention your relationship with them. But again, having a personal reference is not mandatory. You can apply successfully with just a hotel booking or temporary address. The main goal here is to give the embassy a valid reachable address in Germany where you intend to stay. Once you fill in all the necessary details, then we move on to the final section in the form, means of support. This section is important. If you're planning to fund your own stay using a blocked account, then under the section means of support, you should write blocked account and choose no when asked about a formal declaration of commitment. However, if a person or organization that you mentioned in the reference section is also sponsoring your stay and has provided a declaration of commitment, then you must select yes by reference. If a different sponsor is supporting you, then select yes by a different sponsor. In either case, you will be required to provide details from the official declaration document, such as the name of the issuing authority and the declaration date. You can find these details on the sponsorship document. Next is the accommodation section. Here, you will need to enter the name and address of the place you will be staying in Germany. If you don't have a permanent place yet, a hotel or hostel booking is completely acceptable. Just make sure that the information is valid and matches your booking confirmation. Next, you will also be asked to choose the type of accommodation from options like single room, apartment or collective accommodation. Then comes the question, do you intend to retain your permanent residence outside of Germany? For most people, this would be the case since you likely have a home or address in your home country. So select yes and enter your nationality in the next field. You will also be asked if any family members intend to travel with you. If you are traveling alone, then simply leave it blank. But if your spouse, children or any dependent family members are applying for the visa along with you, then select yes and mention who is accompanying you. For example, write spouse and children or simply wife. Now comes a very important question. Do you have health insurance for a long-term stay in Germany? Here you must select yes because health insurance is mandatory for visa approval. After this, you will be asked about the history of any previous stays in Germany. If you have ever been to Germany before for tourism, business, study or any other purpose, then you need to provide details for up to your last 5 visits, including the from and to dates of each visit and the city or region that you stayed in. If this is your first time going to Germany, then simply leave this section blank and then proceed. Finally, we get to the declaration section. You'll be asked a few yes or no questions regarding your criminal history, entry bans, visa rejections or contagious diseases like SARS or smallpox. If none of these apply to you, then simply select no for all of them. Now save your progress and review all the sections carefully once again. Once you do that, go back to the overview page where your application will show as completed. Now it's time to do the final step, uploading the necessary documents. First, passport. Upload a properly scanned copy of the pages with your photo and personal details in a PDF format. Make sure all your details are visible. Next, you will upload your university degree. But here is the thing, only one document is allowed. So if you have mark sheets, then combine them with your degree certificate into one clean PDF. Then comes the section to prove the recognition of your degree and university. You have to check this on the ANABIN website and then take clear screenshots showing that both your degree and university are recognized. Now, if your degree or institution isn't listed in ANABIN or if it doesn't meet the recognition criteria, then you will need to get a statement of comparability issued by the Central Office for Foreign Education in Germany and then upload it here. If you need any help with that, you can find detailed videos on both ANABIN and the ZDB process on my channel. Next, time for financial proof. Most of you will use a blocked account. So here, upload a screenshot or confirmation from your blocked account provider that shows you have deposited the required amount. If someone is sponsoring you and you have a declaration of commitment, then you can upload that instead. Next comes the other documents section. An important document that you have to upload here is your proof of health insurance. Also, if you're currently living in a country other than your nationality, then you can upload your valid residence permit for that country here. Once you have uploaded all the required and optional documents, then go back to the dashboard and on the left hand side, you will see an option that says select service provider. You need to click on that next. Now, depending on where you are applying from, you have to choose the appropriate service location. Once you make your selection, a message will pop up. Now click OK to go back to the dashboard and select link to the service provider. Now you will be redirected to the website of the service provider. This is where you need to complete the payment for the service. Now the next steps will depend on where you are applying from and who your service provider is. For example, if you are applying from India, your service provider will be VFS Global. In this case, you will need to create a new application by logging in with your email ID and filling out a basic form. For the visa category, make sure to choose long stay visa, visa type as national visa, and under visa subcategory, select opportunity card. Once you update and save all the details, you will see a summary of the fees. After that, you will be redirected to the payment portal where you can enter your payment details and complete the transaction. After completing the payment, head back to the main dashboard in the digital portal and go to the section where you uploaded your documents earlier. This is where you have to upload the payment confirmation from the service provider. In some VFS locations, you may have to sign and upload a declaration form instead of the payment receipt. So do this according to your location or the service provider you have. Once you have done that, then again head back to your dashboard and now you will see an option that says submit application for preliminary review. Go ahead and click on that, and this officially submits your application for preliminary review by the service provider. If everything goes well, you will receive an email confirmation saying that your application is verified and you will be invited for an appointment at the consulate along with date and time for your interview. I know this was a lengthy video, but I hope it's all clear now. To make things easier for you, I've created a complete guide with a checklist that covers everything you need to know to apply for the opportunity card. You can download it for free from the link in the description below. If you got some value from this video, then don't forget to like it, and for more content on building a successful career in Germany, subscribe to the channel. Until I see you again with another video, have a wonderful rest of the day and auf Wiedersehen.